Our next speaker up is not only highly educated herself, but at the same time a very much self-educated woman. She's reinvented herself over and over again, has been home in many industries, and I'm sure there will be equally a lot of takeaways from Lut Wyers' story. Thank you, Lut, for being with us.
Good morning, everybody. Are you awake? I'm Lut, and I'm an entrepreneur. And I'm the founder of two companies. These are two concept companies. One is Kokomo, and it's a concept company in the world of events. And I have Identify Me. And at Identify Me, we are making identities clear of companies, and from there, we building or changing cultures in companies. But in my work as an entrepreneur, I found out when I was working at identities, and I was always coming to a point where with my clients, I have to discuss about growth or creating new things and about letting things go. And I found out that there were two kinds of entrepreneurs. There were entrepreneurs who were very good in deciding, and their companies could grow. And there were other entrepreneurs who had it very difficult to decide. They were afraid of failure. They were afraid to innovate. And I thought, their mindset is not good. Maybe we can do something about it. So I was thinking, what should I do? And one day, when I became 49, I made myself a bucket list. And I was in my kitchen at home, and I was writing some few things down. What do I want to do before I became 50? And there were a lot of few simple things. But at the end of my bucket list, I wanted to get a very crazy idea. And I thought, okay, I want to give every entrepreneur in Belgium, in Europe, in the world, I want to give them an open mindset. And that was the thing what was working in my head. And then I was thinking, what can I do for mindset? What can I do for changing our mindset? And I start my mission mindset. And at first, I start to reading books. But the literature was always very difficult and was written by scientists, by psychologists, and it was very difficult and, if I can be honest, very boring. At the other hand, I was looking where in the world are good mindsets. And then I came to Silicon Valley, San Francisco, and I started to interview people who lived and worked over there. And I got enthusiasm by myself to go over there, and now I've been there for 3 times. And I learned a lot about mindset. I wanted to translate the difficult and boring stuff of mindset into something easy and something simple. So, for me, mindset is just the glass where you're looking through. The glass where you see the reality, and it's that mindset that determines the way you think. And the way you think determines the way you act. So if we wanted to change the way we act, we have to think different, and we have to put on other glasses. Simple. Did you know that just 20% is reality, or is objective information? For the rest, 80% you are making up in your head, in your mindset. So I'm telling you a few things about mindset, and you can think, oh, her English is not so good, Or you can think, maybe I can pick up some things about mindset and can do something with it. It's up to you. You have a key of 80%. That's a lot. So you can determine the way you think, the way you look at things. So it's very important that you know that you have the key of 80%. So when you have a kind of attitude in a context, and the context is changing like it's changing now for all the time, you get a problem with your attitude. And that's why people getting burnouts. So when the context is changing, we need another kind of another mindset to think different and to act different. But it's not easy because we are raised for not a lot of space for participation and personal contribution. So we never learned to be ourselves and take action. We are raised in a clear-cut culture. Something is good or something is wrong. So we never learned to think differently and to judge facts in their context. We were raised with the idea that there is a problem and there's just one solution. We never learned to think in options and connect the dots. We were raised with a focus on the result. So we never learned to focus on the process. And like Jeff told, the process is very, very important. And we were raised to get a degree and to get a job. So we never learned to create our own jobs. And all those things are so important today in the new world. As I was looking in the literature, and at the other hand, I was going to Silicon Valley, I found out that Carol Dweck, she's a psychologist and she's studying for 30 years mindset all over the world. And she is working at Stanford University. And because I was going over there, I thought I wanted to meet that woman. It took me 3 months to get an appointment with her. And then I had an appointment for 30 minutes, from 2 p.m. until 2:30. And it were 30 minutes that changed my whole life. She has a kind of theory that there are just two mindsets, just two. There is a fixed mindset, and we have a growth mindset. And I visualized it in fishes. This is my fixed mindset fish, with closed eyes, with some straight lines. And this is my growth mindset fish, with an open eye, more flexible, and great figure. So everyone is always a mixture of both mindsets. We all have fixed mindset and growth mindset. Everyone can always go from fixed mindset to growth mindset. It's not depending on age or something everyone can do. Okay, let's see what's the difference between fixed mindset and growth mindset. About challenge. A fixed mindset, he avoids challenges. A growth mindset, he thinks the challenge is an opportunity. I'm going for it. About obstacles, fixed mindset, no difficulties for me. Growth mindset, he takes it with both hands. About effort. A fixed mindset always choose the easiest way. A growth mindset, he thinks, I want to take commitment. I want to know everything about it. And this is a great one, about criticism. A fixed mindset, criticism, not for me, always the others. A growth mindset, he doesn't like criticism. But he thinks, maybe I can learn something about it. What can I do to avoid mistakes or failures? That's a growth mindset. And also about success, it's a great one. Fixed mindset, they always tell, oh, you got lucky. You got luck, and she's lucky. Instead of the growth mindset, he really can tell you, wow, Nathalie, you've done it right. Congratulations. So that's fixed mindset versus growth mindset. I have to tell you, we all are a mixture. You can always change. And I have to tell you also that fixed mindset is not per definition bad. It's good to take some rest. It's good to re-energize. But in times of change, in times of failure, you have to be growth mindset. So, a fixed mindset is thinking in stereotypes, acting in patterns, and get under tension in our new world. A growth mindset is thinking open mind, acts flexible, and got great figure. So I think you're here today because you are looking for some energy or some good advice to go on and to to take action or to become an entrepreneur or to do your business or changing your business. So I just want to give you some tips. Always start with your own identity. Jeff told it also. It's very important that you stay the way you think and you are who you are. Everyone else is already taken. So be yourself. Start from your identity. I want to give you my scissor because you have to cut some things of history. We have to be grateful for the history, but sometimes you have to cut things before you can go on in something new. So take the scissor and cut some things off. I also want to give you my turtle, the metaphor of the turtle. Because if you place a turtle in a small aquarium, he stays small. When you give them a bigger aquarium, they can grow. And the same is for you. Give yourself a bigger aquarium, but you have to give yourself an aquarium, because otherwise the water is going on. It's flowing away. So think about the aquarium. Give yourself one, but give it big enough so you can grow. If you want to change or to do something new, be focused on the process and build some little steps along the way. Because if you are acting like this, if you fall down from the future that way, you're breaking a leg. If you fall down or you fail, you just hurt, and the next day you're going on. So build some small steps, and then you will grow. And you get your goal, definitely. And the steps are also a little platform to turn around and see, wow, I already did this. And you can think about a reorientation when you're there. So build yourself some little steps into the future. And something I learned in Silicon Valley, it's about serendipity. Take the serendipity that's coming on your way. Because when you go something new, you always discover things that may be not relevant for the thing you're doing at that moment, but you can put it in your pocket and you can grab it into something else. Serendipity is very nice to have. And I want to share also my Mr. Not Yet. He's the one we are using in our companies. If we have a failure, we just say to each other, okay, we are not there yet. This is Mr. Not Yet. And I also want to share you our cup. We, in our companies, we have a failing forward cup. And every week, we are giving the cup away. So we can discuss failure. And to learn from each other how we can do it better next time. I visualized mindset in a form of fishes. Why? Just because of this metaphor. Do you know the metaphor? The expression? Der Fisch fängt von Kopf an zu stinken. So invest in your mindset. Be a good leader. In your company, maybe in your football team, in your marriage, in your relationships. Invest in your mindset. And if you want to get after your dream, please take your growth mindset. You can go from fixed to growth mindset. And you can explore things and you can realize your dream. I want to thank you that you were here, because here is the ecosystem. You are the ambassadors of Failing Forward. So I hope you will tell about growth mindset in your way out, and later I hope you will use your growth mindset. And if you want to know more, I wrote a book, and this is really serendipity, because when I was in my kitchen, I never thought that I would write a book about mindset. It's just that I built little steps towards a dream, to give an open mindset to a lot of people. And if you have some questions later, I will be here until after lunch. So I would be grateful to answer your questions. Thank you very much and enjoy the day.